Welcome to your ultimate guide for acing your health officer interview. Today, we're diving into the key questions you might face and how to tackle them like a pro. Let's kick things off with a common question about teamwork, a vital skill in public health. Could you share a story about a time you collaborated successfully with a multidisciplinary team to enhance public health outcomes? This question is all about understanding how well you can work with different professionals to achieve shared goals in public health. Here are some tips to help you craft a compelling answer. Think about a project involving various roles like doctors, social workers, or nutritionists. Clearly describe your role and the contributions you made. Highlight the positive impact your team's efforts had on public health. Discuss any challenges you faced and the creative ways you overcame them. Showcase your collaboration and communication skills. Let's look at an example to see these tips in action.
During my time in a previous role, I was part of a team that brought together doctors, social workers, and nutritionists to address community obesity issues. My responsibilities included coordinating meetings, collecting data, and supporting a nutrition education initiative. As a result, we increased participation in healthy cooking classes by 20%, improving dietary habits for over 200 families.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for health officer. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you describe a time when you had to explain complex health information to people who weren't experts? This question assesses your ability to communicate complicated health concepts in a straightforward way, making it accessible to everyone. To help you answer this effectively, consider these pointers. Identify the complex information you needed to share and the audience's background. Explain how you broke down the information using simple language. Mention any visuals or analogies you used to aid understanding. Describe the audience's feedback and the outcome. Reflect on what you learned from the experience. Here's how you might frame your answer with those elements in mind.
In a previous role, I had to explain vaccine efficacy to a community group. I used simple language and visual graphs to show the difference in outcomes between vaccinated and unvaccinated groups. The audience engaged with questions, indicating a better understanding, and many expressed greater confidence in vaccinations afterward.
Tell us about a time you encountered conflict at work and how you resolved it. This question is designed to understand your conflict resolution skills and how well you handle disagreements professionally. Here are some tips to guide your response. Identify a specific conflict and who was involved. Focus on your role in resolving the situation. Describe the steps you took and your thought process. Highlight the outcome and what you learned. Emphasize your communication or negotiation skills. Let's look at an example to guide your answer.
In a previous job, I faced a disagreement with a colleague over our approach to a public health campaign. I organized a meeting where we could both express our views. By listening actively and acknowledging their ideas, we found common ground, leading to a successful campaign and a stronger working relationship.
Imagine there's an outbreak of a new infectious disease in your area. How would you manage it? This question evaluates your ability to handle emergency situations with strategic planning and effective management. Consider these steps to structure your answer. Assess the outbreak's scale and its impact on the community. Communicate with local health authorities and stakeholders. Implement rapid response measures like contact tracing and isolation. Coordinate clear public health messaging. Continuously evaluate and adapt your response based on new data. Here's how you could approach this scenario.
First, I would assess the outbreak scale by collecting data on reported cases and symptoms. I'd coordinate with local health authorities to understand transmission dynamics. Implementing contact tracing and enforcing isolation would be crucial. Clear communication about prevention measures would follow, and I'd continuously monitor the situation to adjust strategies as needed.
Suppose you're developing a new health policy. What factors would you consider and how would you go about it? This question aims to see your strategic thinking and planning skills in health policy development. Here are some factors to keep in mind when constructing your answer. Identify the target population and their specific health needs. Analyze existing data and research current health trends. Engage with stakeholders like healthcare providers and community members. Set measurable objectives to evaluate the policy's success. Consider potential barriers and strategies to overcome them. Let's see an example of how you might tackle this.
I would start by identifying the specific health needs of the target population using surveys and data analysis. Then, I'd research current health trends and consult with community stakeholders for insights. Setting clear objectives for the policy would be crucial, and I'd plan for potential barriers to ensure smooth implementation.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.